Hello everyone, this is John for PokerVIP.com and we're back with part 22, believe it or not, of the Grinding TonyBet series. Of course, over on TonyBet Poker, the one and only. I'm making this video on the same day that I made the part 21, so there are a couple of names hanging around that we recognise, like what's his name, prop bets. So, you know, maybe quite a similar field. But also got to note on this guy that he's a reg. Interesting. A reg at 2NL could mean anything. Could mean tie, you know, a winning player, somebody I know. Obviously make the most effective notes that you can, guys. But, you know, to at least notice that somebody is a reg on your table, it's obviously such a huge win anyway. But yeah, top left 25NL. Top right 10NL, bottom two tables 2NL. That was what is running as soon as I signed on in the first tables. I clicked on. That is always the reason that I will play these tables. Big pot top left here, ace 4-4, queen 3, and it's a chop. Ace jack suited, livid that he didn't hit one of his outs. Prop bets relieved. I've got auto top up on. We'll be auto top upping to the max if we have a fall short. And yeah, after this, 2 more parts until the series is over. 10 jack suited top right, I go ahead and open and flop second pair here. And here I think in this kind of spot where he's not going to have that many super strong hands, I'm just going to go for a check to pot control and to also induce some bluffs. You know, him betting here is like, okay, so you have a better 10 or a king or better. Quite hard to believe, although he can definitely flat hands like king jack pre-flop, of course, but we do block that. Even king queen he could, you know, flat pre-flop, but that's pretty much the best he's going to have. On this run out, I'm going to bet quite large, just in case he does have a king, or a hand he wants to hero me with, like a 4. Thinking I might have had like ace jack, ace queen, or jack queen, but he just folds really quick there, so I'd imagine he had nothing. So the good thing is at least we induce the flop bet. And once we're kind of sure we did just induce, then I'm going to go ahead for a bet, just because I don't think people are going to bet that many rivers on that many run out. Just in case he does want to like ace high or go for smaller pair. I'm going to give him the opportunity to. I'm going to go ahead and defend king 9 offsuit and flop top pair. You know, good flop. We're often going to be ahead here, but we'd have to obviously be aware that we could be dominated with a hand like king 10 or better. And also there are a flush draw there and a gut shot. We're just going to start off by calling, and we see the 10 of hearts, which is a really interesting card. But good news is we do have the king of hearts, so it does take some combos out of his range, like king queen of hearts, king jack of hearts. Even though those hands without the hearts would be ahead, it does mean that, you know, if we are going to slow play this, and not necessarily slow play, but just call, you might not be drawing as live as one would hope. 3 of hearts on the river. He's going to slow down here with any sort of like one pair hand, and he does just go ahead and check there. So if he bet, it would have been a decision. It would have been a decision. Let's see if we can see what he had. Yeah, if he had jacks there. Yeah, I mean, I guess he thinks I've just got like a flush draw or an 8 or something, and he's trying to get value, but I think if I was him, I might have played that a bit differently. Bottom left table, I open the button with jack 8 suited. I just go ahead and c-bet my flush draw and take it down. And top right table, I 3-bet ace 9 small blind, with being 4-bet big blind, and we're just going to go ahead and fold out of position. 4-6 suited bottom right. I'm going to actually go ahead and lead this flop with our straight draw and backdoor flush draw. Not the card we were hoping for there, the 6. We didn't really want to make a pair. We wanted to make, you know, turn a flush draw, turn the straight. So we're just going to check here and hope we beat a 5, which looks like we do. And by when I mean hope I beat a 5, I don't mean in hand strength. I mean I hope he's got a 5. Gonna make a 3-bet here. Small blind versus cut off. Very strong position to go ahead and 3-bet. You know, small blind versus cut off does look incredibly strong compared to big blind versus cut off or big blind versus button. You do just tend to get a lot more respect, and people will generally have tighter 3-betting ranges in these positions. So we can exploit that by just opening up a little bit. Prop bet's involved in a massive pot as always. Queen 9. Okay, ace jack just called it off there, by the way, guys. On a deuce 7 queen 9, he just calls it off with ace high. I just have no words. I just have no words at all. Apart from sign up to TonyBet. I don't make these videos just for the hell of it. I really want to show you guys where the money is. I swear, if somebody's watched this and can sign up to TonyBet but hasn't, then you have a serious issue. Or you're just winning loads and loads of money on another site. You're either tricking yourself believing that you're beating another site, or you're beating another site. I do not believe anyone who is just like winning small, breaking even, or losing has yet to try this site after they've seen all of this. 22 parts of solid grinding. You guys better be making some money off it. 8-5 suited, we raise, get 3-bet and fold. Big pot going on top left again. Really hoping Godless has the 4-5 of spades. We obviously want the money to go to him. Always want the money to go to the fish. Queen 9 going to go ahead and defend here. Very obvious defend. I'll go ahead and fold this flop, but I would definitely call this flop if I had a heart in my hand. You know, it'd be a very easy float then. But when we've got nothing with nothing and nothing to come, we should probably be folding. Big banner scrolling across my TonyBet lobby on my other monitor saying up to 80% rake back. Not bad at all. 5-7 suited, I peeled and gonna fold. Definitely want to see a flop with such a hand when we're getting a really good price. Queen 10 blind versus blind, we're going to open. And the ace 8 here is pretty interesting in a 2-L game. I'm just going to go ahead and raise and hope everyone folds. Queen 10, we're going to bet. Strong enough, definitely. And Sai, we've been shoved on. So we're going to go ahead and fold. Okay, go ahead and check the Queen 10 now. Lots of straights get there on the turn. And the two hands were 10s and ace jack. Interesting. Give him a 10, just for the bants. I'm going to go for a call. And really good river for us here. Means, you know, nothing improves apart from like 6x of clubs. So I just go for a pretty easy check call here and hope he sort of missed a straight draw or a flush draw or something like that. I hate running into this sizing, but just not folding. And wow, he actually has a hand that beats me. I'm very surprised there. Over the series, you've seen that the people who are betting in those spots generally have nothing. And I wouldn't really expect it to go that big when it's, you know, quite a decent chance I just have a hand like a misdraw. So I was very surprised to see a hand that beat me there. I've generally been able to be quite cocky in all of those spots over the time. Oh god, Jack's gonna beat Jack 10. But there he got me. Got him. 7-9 suited, I opened, and the big blind who's just sat down kind of min raised, so I peeled, and of course I mean it's quite a tough spot here. Whether we just jam or fold, and I think we do just go for a call and call it off on any brick turn. That is probably one of the only turns I really hate and I will fold to. But anything that pairs the board or improves our hand, I will just go with it. Not an easy spot, one that doesn't come up too often, so we do need to be aware of it, but just not too worried about it. Big pot again, top left. This godless guy is absolutely driving the action. I'm gonna fold. Oh, okay, so this Gnostic knows me. I don't know what P21 means. Oh god, he gets in a pair versus a straight. Godless, come on. Oh, part 21. I see. Okay, so this makes sense. Like, if I knew he knew me and he bet that size, I would have just folded. Like, it would have just been like, yeah, this is the easiest fold ever. He knows that I induce. He knows all of this stuff. So that makes a load of sense. I was like, just people who don't know me don't do these kind of things. But yeah, I mean, it's so clear as day now. Like, if I'd bloody read that thing, it would have just been a snap fold. Sometimes people do get, cocky and stuff and try and bluff you and show, but it's generally just wanting to own you on the video. So Gnostic 1, congratulations. You got me. And I'm glad you're part of the video, and I can't believe you follow it all the way up to 21, so I hope you've enjoyed it. Leave a comment, let me know who you are. 9's here, going to go for a check with the straight draw on the A7, we're going to fold. So yeah, these are some dynamics we now need to have to be aware of on the top right table. 9's to make a very easy call. Ace King should have 3-bet the button, and we get a fold. Getting a great price with these 9s, just going to call again. And again, I mean, it's pretty close here, but actually, I mean, I guess we have to fold. I mean, just because, a 10 beats us. I think if we have, like, second pair there, we can call. But even though we're getting that kind of price with the caller behind, I think we should get out of the way. Gonna go ahead and ISO, bottom right table, and just get it in versus his
power off.
8 big blinds. So excuse that, was my speakers. And we get a gut shot, which is as good as it's going to get when we don't make a pair. Oh, he hit that flop really well. Let's see if we can really hurt this guy. Red 10. Sadly not. Jack Queen's going to be ahead of this guy quite a lot. He's got like 8 big blinds. So happy to just go with Jack Queen pre-flop, and on that flop we just go. Ace 9, I raise. Big blind goes ahead and peels. Gonna go ahead and bet the flop. Okay, quick call. Ace on the turn. I think I'll check it here. Be a little bit deceiving. Try and get him to bluff the river, or maybe call the river bet that I'm going to make. Going to go quite large to make it look a little bit weird to him. He'll be thinking, what the hell are you repping? He snaps me off and marks his cards there. So that nice little check got the business done. And he just had a 6. I love it when a plan comes together. Going to go ahead and squeeze here with the Ace-9 suited. I mean, we've got to fold, but I mean, it's just such a weird play, and we're probably going to have this guy beat a good amount of time, but I was never going to be doing well enough to call there. But Sokomano is ready to go broke, and hopefully we'll be the guys to break him. Gonna go and 3-bet him here. Like, I can't just be scared that he's gonna just jam all the time. I have a hand that's gonna play really well versus him in position, and I want the pot heads up, so 3-betting achieves that more often than flatting. This is gonna get out of hand, isn't it? This is going to get out of hand. His sizing's quite large here. If you went like 250, it'd be a very easy peel. Still think with this hand it is a peel though. And essentially, if we flopped a pair or a draw, like a straight draw, a flush draw, some combos, a jack or a queen, then it's just a all-in spot. But I think this guy's going to be re-ISOing because he knows that's a good thing to do from watching my videos. Here, I hate his all-in, unless he's got a hand like 10s or worse, maybe jacks. But if he's got like queens, kings, or aces, I think he could probably make a different size bet. And certainly if he's got aces or kings, he should definitely be going smaller. But here I'd imagine he's got a hand like maybe a flush draw, like ace-king suited. Or maybe he's even just got a hand like ace-king and he's just like, yeah, whatever, let's go. But here I'm going to go ahead and muck. Nice hand again, Gnostic. You're making me look bad. Can you stop? Can you please stop it? And obviously there it's not just, hit the flop, maybe we get a board that comes like, the flop that it was, and he gives up with a hand like ace king. Lots of players will go ahead and do that. Or maybe he got a little bit funky and gives up post flop with a hand like king 10 suited or whatever he's done it with, jack queen off. But I don't think he wanted a call there. I think that's safe to say. Ooh, we got them, guys. King 10, really bad run out there. I'm going to go ahead and raise and fold. And fold the 7-10 with a player behind. Oh, Gnostic calls. It's interesting. I think here I might go for a little slow play. Go just try and get turn and river value, or just try and induce Gnostic or Sakamo to do something stupid. But, you know, it's such a dry board and my hand's so strong. I'm happy to just go ahead and check and let these guys do what they want, and I can just go ahead and click call. 6-7 is the only really hand that's like an instant worry. Oh, the guys, it's funny because no matter what I do, I look seriously strong. If I go, I mean, I don't really know what looks stronger, going in or just flatting. I guess we just flat and hope this Sakamo like jams any turn or Gnostic comes along as well. Just, you know, like, how often are we just flatting here with ace king? Like, our hand is always aces. You know, Gnostic knows I've got aces. You know, he can just go ahead and fold like a set here or two pair. He says that's a pickle, so I imagine he just has a set. If he's got one pair, it's like the easiest fold ever. Gonna go for the 4, but yeah, I think he did just fold a set. Gonna go for a 3 bet here. No, 4 bet. Yeah, okay, maybe he didn't have a set. Not really too sure what Gnostic was thinking about. But hey, we get this guy at 0% and take all the money. Maybe like ace queen. Being jammed on with the jack queen, we're just gonna go ahead and fold. I actually wasn't paying too much of attention there. I could have got my sizing wrong. That can definitely happen. But yeah, we take all that money. And it didn't really matter what we did. The guy's got 2 pair. He's probably going to go ahead and sack off some money to us. Yeah, just go ahead and raise my straight here. 6-7 obviously is worrying. I'm going to guess he had ace jack suited or ace queen. We get called, and then we get a really bad river here because it pairs the board, but I'm just going to bet half pot and then fold to a raise. Yeah, it's, you know, if I go all in there, I mean, maybe it looks weaker than flatting. I mean, it's garb. Okay. He was just getting some TV time, guys. He was just getting some TV time. King, queen suited. Gonna go and just see bet my ace high versus GCCC. And once he calls, I think I'm probably going to be done with this on the turn unless he bets like a stupidly low amount. He doesn't, and I think I can actually go ahead and bet this river and get him to fold some of the 5s and deuces he had. Oh, I'll just get a snap from in raised. Ace jack, I'm going to go ahead and c bet on the ace 7-5. And the ace queen I'm going to open. Jack queen, I'm going to min raise the button. And the ace queen here, I'm just going to go ahead and fire a half pot bet. You know, it just kind of looks weak. He kind of just looks c-betty, you know, whatever. Just going to half put it again. And I'm just going to half pot the river. I don't really like this river. I hate the 10. I hate the 10. I don't think he's going to try and bluff me. So we don't want him to raise, guys. We want him to just call. Just be a good boy. Just make a call. Fuck. I think this is a pretty clear fold. I don't think he's going to be like bluffing me at all, ever, on this run out. So I think we just got to use dynamics to know that. Ace shot, we're going to go ahead and make a call, and the river's going to be a call as well. So not having that many hands that crush me. He had 8-9 of spades. Ace 6 we're going to raise. see if we can get some information. I mean, I love playing people who know how I play. It does make it really interesting, and I have to just go with what I think they would do versus someone like me. 9 into a bluff. Don't know if I believe that, but my absolute true feelings is if that is true, well played. If that is true, well played. You got me to fold a very strong hand on a run out where I should not fold that river versus too many raises. I could also as well, just to make my life really easy in that spot, not just against him but against any player out there, is to just always check the river and call. Because, you know, he's just going to bluff sometimes, he's going to bet worse sometimes. It's going to make the sizing a lot easier to call. So that would just make life easy. But making life easy at poker is not always the correct decision. You know, I just want to get value there. I want to allow people to make mistakes. And yeah, just not be too worried about getting raised. If you make a bad fold, it sucks. But as long as you make the correct fold more often than you make the bad fold, then you'll be fine. 10's here, Queen 5 Deuce. He's going to have some queens in his range, but he's also going to have some worse pocket pairs. So we're just going to start off by betting here. Also got to bear in mind he might have a hand like Ace Jack, King Jack, or something like that has equity versus our hand that we want to protect versus, you know, if we get him to fold 2 overcards, then that's a win. I think I just checked my 9-10 here. Like, everyone's just so short. My hand flops really well. He's sitting out, which really sucks. You know, I want him to sit back in just because it does make the game a lot more fun. Oh, okay, fair enough. Stakes are a bit too big for him. That's cool. I'm going to sit out as well. And wish him the best of luck. And we'll load up another game straight away. Ace-10 suited, we're going to raise under the gun. 9-10 suited, we're going to fold. And 3-7 suited, we're going to fold. And we're going to make a pretty easy call with the top pair here. Great turn card for us, doesn't improve anything. And the flush draw. Well worth a bet here. He makes a quick call. I'm going to still continue to bet. Just because the 10's going to be the best hand sometimes. So we're getting value and we're building a pot. He might have had like 6-7 of hearts, for example. So let's go ahead and just get as much money in there as possible. Easy turn on the call, hoping for a brick on the river. It's not a big brick because 10 Jack now gets there. And maybe I had like 5-6 of spades, 6-10 of spades. But it'll still probably be a check call. Anyway, that game's over. We're going to go ahead and find a busy table. I think this one looks good. Gonna hit the tile and sort all the tables out. So top left 25 and L. Actually, what? Okay, yeah, bottom left 5 and L. Bottom right 2 and L. But this is the new table, which has some interesting stack sizes on 250, 64, 2, 3. I mean, I think this table's just full of absolute fish. Very short stacked fish, but that's fine. We'll navigate the pond and reel in some fish. So yeah, Gnostic, real pleasure playing with you there, and well played with the massive overbet. Like I said, if I knew you knew me, I wouldn't have called, and I mean that. But enjoy that money, and if you did turn that 9 into a bluff, it is a great play versus me, and you definitely out-leveled me there, so well played, well played. Plenty of games running. It's now about 6 p.m. Oh, check. It's now about 6 p.m. So, you know, starting to heat up a bit. More players online. Still quite low traffic, you know, only 350 players online, but do not let that deter you guys, because, you know, 320 of those players, for example, are probably some of the worst in the world. So, you know, if you're a big fish in a small pond, yum yum. Interesting here versus Saduva, who's got like no bigs. I think King 10 is just going to be crushing them, so let's just raise, get it in. Ace 10 here. Okay, going to fold the 5. Okay, he's been waiting all that time for the old Jack 4, and he makes a full house. And pretty easy call here with the top pair. Nice. Good turn. Bad river. It's a chop. Good turn. Good river. We got 3/4. If anyone doesn't know, you can run it twice on TonyBet, which is fun. Stay playing a live cash game. Also, their tournaments are run it twice, especially the onlinepokerleague.com ones, which I can't wait for, honestly. If you don't know what the Online Poker League is, make sure you check out onlinepokerleague.com. Runs December 11th to January the 15th. Basically, there's about 10 rooms involved. And take TonyBet, for example, and all the rooms mirror this. They've got a €5 buy-in with €250 guaranteed. They've got a €10 buy-in with €350 added. They've got a €20 with €400 added. And they've got a €25 with €1,000 added running during those times. You get the full schedule at onlinepokerleague.com. So each site adds €2,000. And these are not guarantees. I know I said that on the first one. I didn't mean it was a slip-up. It's added money to the prize pool. So if there's 5 players who bought in for €5, that'd be 25 plus the 250. And if there's 5 people who registered the 25, that'd be 125 in the prize pool plus 1,000. So I mean, it is just like so sick the amount of money like up for grabs. Last season's winner walked away with over 10 grand, so not bad for a month's work. And it's not even a month's work, you know, because you don't have to play every single tourney. Points come from your best 10 results overall. And the opening and finishing events on each site are worth double the points. So obviously very important ones to go ahead and win. It's a good thing if you don't win the first one, then you better play the last one to get those double points to move up in the leaderboard. I'm going to go ahead and start to sit out. Sometimes you just got to leave. I think we've lost this session. I think it's one of the rare ones that we've booked a loss. Maybe down like €20 or something. Nothing major. Jack 5, going to go ahead and check. And see a 10-3-7 diamond flop. And of course, that does not really fit in with our plans to flop some sort of pair, flush, draw, flush, 2 pair, 3 of a kind. So we're going to go ahead and fold it. And we're going to go ahead and fold the 9-10 suited. So that's the video. We're going to wrap it up. Make sure you come back for parts 23 and part 24. Please leave some reviews and comments, and I'll see you at the tables. Good luck. This was John.